morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the All-American Savage Show podcast. I'm your host, John Burke, with my beautiful bearded husband, Josh, over there manipulating the controls like a pro, like a boss, like a boss-ass bitch.
What's up?
With a beard. Boss-ass bitch with a beard. You're just that good.
Thank you.
Dude, it is a beautiful day here in Dallas, Texas. Thank you for tuning in today. We got some storm clouds out in the area, so if you're driving down 75 south, make sure you stay to the left. No, I'm just playing. I mean, dude, there's so much. Being on the roads in Dallas is insane.
It's like NASCAR.
It is. It is. It's just there's a wreck every fucking day that's like, dude, I despise being on 75. It's like I-10. There's road construction everywhere, and it's never done.
Do you ride your motorcycle?
I try to avoid it because you have to be an insanely defensive driver when you're driving on the highway. Normally, I like to stick to the back roads and country roads and stuff like that because you don't have to worry about shit back there. But yeah, on the main one, that's the part about being a motorcycle driver. You have to be very defensive, and you have to basically be in the frame of mind that nobody sees you.
Yeah, that'd give me major anxiety.
It does, but you get used to it after a while. And then a lot of people like to have their pipes done on their bikes to where they're super loud, which lets cars know you're coming. Mine aren't, so I should probably get that fixed. I should probably get that changed. But I do like the quiet because I can hear my music. I love listening to Bieber. You know, I'm a Bieber guy. I can't help it.
There you go.
Or some Miley Cyrus cruising down the highway. You just can't. Just being Miley. Just being Miley.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, Taylor Swift. Well, we got a short show for you today because we have a little meeting we have to get to right after this. But let's get into it. The news.
Here it is. It's crazy. It's funny. It's liberals. This is what they do. They just eat themselves alive. So as you know, in light of Roe v. Wade being potentially overturned and Congress shitting all over itself because, you know, they're saying that this leak, yada, 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 they're going to investigate. They're so upset, blah, 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 blah. It's just going to be another thing that just kind of fades away. And it's like, oh, we didn't really know who did it. And, you know, they just kind of, well, let's look for, like, look at a little dangly thing over here. It's what they do. That's why the justice system is fucked. It's whatever. But the funny part about this, though, is Gavin Newsom, governor of California, comes out. And this guy he's simping hard for the baby murderers. Like, he's simping hard. But he sticks his foot in his mouth, and it's beautiful. And the article comes to us from Fox News. They said, Gavin Newsom savagely mocked as disgusting transphobe for claiming men can't get pregnant at abortion rally.
Yeah, they really don't know which road to take on this one, do they?
They've like, their intersectional politics is just, the roadmap, like, crosses itself.
I mean, the new SCOTUS just kind of set the tempo for everybody when she answered the question.
I'm not a biologist.
Yeah, I'm not a biologist. I don't know what a woman is.
This is the levels of stupidity that we live in right now.
How are any of us supposed to know that?
Well, I think because I have a penis, I think I know I'm a man. I was like, but gender's different than sex. Like,
but
no,
this
it's
is
not.
their argument.
Yeah.
So,
well, Gavin Newsom goes out there, and the article starts off, says conservatives on Twitter had a field day Wednesday and that's the funny part. It's the conservatives that are bashing him because they're making fun. Liberals say nothing. Y'all don't say a fucking word. You're just like over there quiet, like, did he really just say that? We're not going to call him out on that.
What time is it?
You know, Ralph Newsom in blackface. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. Justin Trudeau, not a big deal.
There's no repercussions for anything that they do.
Nobody's calling to cancel him. No. Well, conservatives on Twitter had a field day Wednesday bashing Governor Gavin Newsom for getting his far-left talking points all mixed up. At an abortion rally, he denied that men can get pregnant, which goes against current woke ideology. And this is true. On Wednesday, Newsom posted a video of himself speaking to abortion and Planned Parenthood supporters about his commitment to defend the reproductive rights of women and girls in California in a rebuke of potential SCOTUS decision to overturn Roe v. Wade that was leaked in a court draft opinion on Monday. Newsom's speech consisted of the typical boilerplate pro-abortion talking points, but the caption for his video made one assertion. Conservatives thought the left had abandoned some time ago. If men could get, this is his quotations, if men could get pregnant, this wouldn't even be a conversation, Newsom tweeted. This decision isn't about strengthening families. It's about extremism. It's about control. We will fight for the right to choose. Instantly sticking his foot in his mouth. And this is how bad it is on the left. It's like, to even have a common sense statement like men can't get pregnant. Oh my God, yes they can. No, they can't. I don't care if you're a trans woman. No, you do not have a uterus.
I'll give it to you. It's a funny joke.
Oh, 100%.
If men could get pregnant, then of course abortion, I mean.
Well, here's the deal. Like I was thinking about this. It's funny, but at the same time, it's like, you know, this whole pro-choice thing could easily be ripped away from women and put on the shoulders of men if you just wrap your shit.
Yeah.
Wear a condom and don't even give them the choice. Protect yourself.
Yeah.
You have to. Shit, this day and age, you really have to.
I know.
You know what I'm talking about.
Mm.
That's just the way it is. This pro-choice, whatever the case, can easily be pulled away from women and given back to men to where it's like, even if she tells you not to wear a condom, you know what you're doing. You're responsible. You have the seed that essentially waters the flower or whatever. Don't let them have it. Men, protect your shit. Wear one. Wrap that shit. And then you don't have to deal with this. You have to worry about this. But that's just the common sense approach. Again, then they're going to hit you back with like, what about rape and incest? Again, like less than 3%. Like, okay, whatever.
You know, and I think a majority of those people keep the babies.
Yeah.
I have to go back and do some research, but I think that's the case.
There's stats all over the place right now. It's just conservative commentators were quick to point out that Newsom's claim about men not being able to get pregnant is inconsistent with the current far-left narrative on gender and sex, which now insists that men, trans men, can become pregnant. When they're not actually men, they're women. Lazy and overused talking points aside, it was just a few moments ago that Democrats claimed it's not just women who can get pregnant, Seattle radio host Jason Rance reminded his followers. I don't know if you've heard, but men have periods and men can get pregnant, tweeted Red State Deputy Editor Kira Davis. I didn't make the rules. I'm just reminding you of your own. And they're 100% right. They are 100% right.
Yeah.
These are the rules that, and it definitely, I made a post today about Alyssa Milano, and this is how scared Democrats are right now. This is how scared liberals are. Let me read you what she tweeted. When Alyssa Milano is saying this, shit's getting bad. She tweeted out, I see all of you celebrities and influencers who are too scared to use your voice on behalf of reproductive justice. What else did she say? That's the most I could screenshot on that one part. Let me pull this up. Here it is. On reproductive justice. I see you talking about diets and makeup and your new movies as our right to bodily autonomy is being stripped away from us. We need you. Get engaged. They're scared. They are scared. When Alyssa Milano, the epitome of SJW activist that does not know what she's talking about, when she is calling on celebrities to get more engaged and get more involved, you're losing steam and you're losing traction on Twitter. They're losing fast and they know it. Like they are getting buried. And she's scared. They know midterms coming up. And the memes are already out there. If you watch social media, if you watch a lot of these bigger accounts, the memes are already there. And again, like I said, abortion is now the rallying cry for the left. That's their rallying cry to get people out to the voter booth come November, come midterms. That's what they're going to do. It's an easy play. It's an easy play to see. But it's not even going to compare or rate to the sexualization of children, the grooming, the pro-LGBT stuff being thrown down people's throats and children has been done by Disney and the rest of them. And it's funny is that they make light of this. Biden at the Correspondents' Dinner basically said that, and now they're going after Disney for what? Like he made light of it. It wasn't a big deal to them.
No, they don't care.
They don't care. Their kids are all grown. They don't give a shit. If my child, it's disgusting. These people are horrible.
I know his kid's a cracked out pervert.
It's nasty.
Only God knows what that guy's done.
Oh, there's no telling.
Oh, God.
There's no telling. But it brought up a good point that I wanted to talk about for a little bit is that, in my response to her, basically I said, I hope that you do get deplatformed. Because I've had a change of mind on this. Before it was like, we don't want to engage in the tactics the liberals utilize. Well, when it comes to a private company operating in its space, being a private company, it has the right to do whatever it is. I'm all for deplatforming these people like Alyssa Milano. I hope she does get banned. I hope she gets kicked. And the reason for that is because, look, we played too nice with the left for far too long. We've actually been what the left was supposed to be: tolerant, understanding, debating our points, and then when we get canceled, there's nothing we can do. We get censored, there's nothing we can do. This is the platform owners. Well, Elon Musk comes in and he's going to take over. Now they're scared shitless. And I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he's going to deplatform anybody, which, I agree with him on that. But I'm not going to sit there. If somebody gets booted, I'm not standing up for him because people are like, we shouldn't sink to their level. Bullshit. The standard has never been equality of speech. It's been leftists protected by big tech. Now one big tech platform has now pushed from the left to centrist right, leaning slightly, I'd imagine. Fuck these people. I don't care. I do not care. Your rights are not being violated. It's a private company. You can start your own Twitter.
That's what they told everybody.
That's what they told us. I'm tired of playing nice with these nut jobs. I am. I don't care. I honestly do not care. Milo, Alex Jones, Laura Loomer, Rittenhouse, a few people, deplatformed, no big deal, nobody cared. That's what they wanted to do. Silence the voices, silence dissenting opinions. Donald Trump. How many freaking mainstream conservatives that have louder voices? Tucker Carlson, Babylon Bee. They've censored left and right, and the left said nothing. They didn't care. It's like, well, yeah, they're spreading disinformation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fine. When that sword comes back the other direction, don't expect me to try and jump in front of it. I hope it hacks y'all to pieces. I do. I mean, you have the right to say whatever you want to say. I get it. But a private business ultimately has the right to do as it sees fit. And I hate it because, again, I don't like people like Facebook and Instagram limiting algorithms and shit like that. Like, I think it's bullshit. Trying to censor what people say. It's ridiculous. But at the same token, on a place like Twitter, people are abandoning it left and right. And I'm all for it. Absolutely. Like, they're scared.
Yeah.
They're scared.
Should be.
So that's the one thing I've kind of changed my mind on. It's like, if they get censored, if they get deplatformed, I don't care. Sorry. I'm tired of playing nice with you people. I am. The DNC has went to such extremist lengths to attack us and villainize us and demonize us for things that we've never done. Again, calling me multiple times a combat veteran, like a terrorist, an American terrorist. I'm like, I feel nothing for you people. I don't. You've increased the temperature of the political water, and now that we've acclimated and you're getting thrown into the same water and you're burning alive, sorry. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, I just don't fucking care. And by me saying this, it's not like I'm gonna go out there and say, yeah, deplatform. I'm not calling for that. I'm just saying if it happens, I'll probably get to celebrate. I'm not calling for it.
Don't really care.
I don't fucking care. Yeah. I think that's the extent of it. So I should probably clarify. I'm not calling for people to be censored, deplatform, but if they are, like Alyssa Milano, I don't give a fuck.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Like that freaking John Leguizamo when he tweeted out when Twitter got taken over. He's just like, my Twitter, it's gone down, man. What the fuck? It's like, welcome to the club. It sucks, doesn't it? Now you get a taste of your own medicine. And that's the only way they're going to learn these lessons. Oh, yeah. That's the only way they're going to learn these lessons is by engaging and partaking in what we've been force-fed for years. So you'll forgive me if your cries and your pleas and your begging falls on deaf ears. I feel nothing for you. Pro-life activist and former NFL player Benjamin Watson tweeted, "It must be incredibly exhausting to be required to constantly remember which men can and which men can't get pregnant." I honestly foresee again, we've said this before, that it's the extremist SJW left that has now run buckshot over the DNC. They are controlling. They are creating the agenda, their narrative, the talking points, the progressive movements that they're jumping behind. This is all by the extreme SJW left. They've taken over. So as a result, I think it's going to continue going down to an extremist point where majority of Democrats can be like, okay, we've embraced insanity at this point. We need to stop. When they hit that point, Democrats will be a threat again. But right now they're not. I really don't believe so. The talking points they've been reiterating over and over again have literally been drawn up from the realms of insanity. Men can get pregnant. There's no such thing as a man or a woman. Letting children ask questions about sex to gender queer, pansexual, whatever. Like, no, absolutely not. The Biden administration talking about how children should be allowed to undergo sex change operations and hormone blockers. The president of the United States advocating for this, for insanity, for children. The poison of insanity has made its way all the way up to the executive office.
It's been there.
I wouldn't say to this level. Obama never touched this. He never went to this level.
I think it was on his agenda. I mean, honestly, I think this guy is the one who's pulling the strings. I think he got what he wanted.
I mean, it's
he's
possible.
he's in the basement making his calls and doing that stuff. But
That's
it's crazy to
possible.
me that we're the extremists who just want freedom of speech, to be left
Leave my
alone
children
and all that
alone.
stuff.
Yeah.
And-
We're the weird ones.
But they're the normal ones wanting to change kids'
Yep.
gender, and nobody can figure out what a woman is.
Exactly. You have a Supreme Court justice that's supposed to interpret the Constitution that can't even define what a fucking woman is. It's like, okay, well then fair enough. Let's take that frame of argument. You can't say what a woman is because you're not a biologist. Okay, so then you can't define what the Second Amendment is because you're not an armorer. You're not a gun connoisseur. So therefore you should have no opinion on. Like, come on.
It's ridiculous.
This is the levels of it. And these are the people that are running our country. We are ran by retards. We have retards running our country.
Well, they pretend.
No, they do. Well, here, fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. Fingers crossed. Joy Behar from The View, the cackling middle-aged hens that hopefully one foot in the grave and one on a banana peel soon. I don't know why the show is still on. I just don't. Who watches this tripe?
I have no idea.
Who
I ask myself the
watches
same
this?
questions. Like,
You sit there and you listen to these fat, disgusting, hideously unfuckable cackling hens. Just, there's a difference in listening to political commentary, at least like ours, because I feel like it's founded in a lot of logical reasoning and common sense. But then there's people like Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg that say things that are just rooted in such just, where do you get this from? Like, again, like Whoopi Goldberg saying the Holocaust was a white-on-white crime. They're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, do you not know history?
okay.
Well, Joy Behar, in her infinite wisdom, and I'm hoping they actually come through with this, says, floats sex strike. This is war on women, gays, and people of color. Okay, Joy, first of all, let's dissect this thing. Abortion. Please elaborate how that affects gay people? Because there's two ways to cut this. There's the right way, which is, well, gay people can't have children. And then there's the leftist way, which is men can get pregnant. And those men are gay, which are women that turn in. No, that's actually not true. Well, oh my God, this is how fucking crazy they are. Okay, so a woman becomes a man. And if she's with another woman, she's a lesbian, but she still can't get pregnant. But if a woman becomes a man and is with another man, oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Yeah, I don't
This
understand.
is the flow chart. This is the flow chart.
Really. How's this attack on anybody?
If a woman becomes a man, she has sex with another man, technically she's not gay because she's still a woman. So again, the point still stands. How does this affect gays? Because if a gay...
I'd imagine if a gay couple was trying to get pregnant and have a kid, that they wouldn't want to have an abortion anyway, right?
Unless it's two women that want to do in vitro.
Yeah.
I think that's realistically it.
Right.
But that's also because they're choosing to do the in vitro.
To have a
so it
have
doesn't
a
affect
child.
so it doesn't affect the gays at all.
Yeah. So
and people of color, I mean, fuck, black women are the highest abortion rates there are.
I know.
So
That's
I mean,
so
she's
sad.
kind of right, but at the same token, it's like maybe start using a condom. I don't know. But this is what they do. They go full nuclear. They go full nuclear. Anytime something doesn't go their way, it's going to affect the minorities. It's going to affect the women. Oh my God, we're going to be put in camps. They're going to murder us. All just again, we are revisiting the inauguration of 2016 when they thought they were literally going to be rounded up in camps and castrated and executed. Oh my God. But Joy Behar floats sex strike. This is war on women, gays, people of color. Joy Behar told her co-host Tuesday on ABC's The View that if the Supreme Court had made a 5-4 decision to overturn the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision on abortion, it's the beginning of a war on women, gay people, and the people of color. Behar said, well, I was talking yesterday about how this is a slippery slope, that these people, if they're in charge with the presidency, the Senate, and the House, it's going to be a disaster. Then I came upon this Republican Senator Mike Broad, from Indiana, who said that he would be open to overturning Loving versus Virginia, which legalizes interracial marriages. That was in 1967. Okay, that's one dude. Now, I don't even know if that's true or not. I actually have to go look that up. I don't know. And this is Joy Behar, so take that with a grain of salt. If that Republican Senate, I'm saying theoretically, if he did do that, or hypothetically, if he did say that, he's done. Like, abso-fucking-lutely not. Abso-fucking-lutely not. We'll have to do a fact check on that. I need to find out what the fuck she's talking about. Because here's the thing. If this one idiot is calling for that, that is not the official opinion of the entire Republican Party. It's just not. Even Republicans are coming out saying that's not true at all. This was in 1967, and then when he was in a press conference, he said he would be okay with the Supreme Court having the issue of interracial marriages to the states, leaving it to the states. So don't think this is just a war on women. It could be a war on the... Well, I understand what he's talking about there. It's not necessarily what the issue is. It's the fact that states should have the right. But at the same token, that is a basic human right, I feel. Where I should... is it a right to get married? I mean, yeah, I guess. Technically, it's not in the Constitution. Even still, it's in law. So, at the federal level, it should be legalized. I mean, this whole idea of, I don't know. Well, first of all, I have to actually look this dude up.
Yeah,
and see
where's
if he
this
even
article from?
I don't know. She said his name is Mike Braun from Indiana. Mike and then Braun. Mike Braun out of Indiana, who said that he would be open to overturning Loving versus Virginia, which legalizes interracial marriages. Dude, I'd have to see where this guy even said that. I don't believe he said that. But if he did, he's a fucking idiot. It could be a war on people of color and gay people. He also said that he backtracked that. He said he misunderstood the question, but he agreed with his own statement 10 times or so before. So I don't buy that. Okay, so wait. He backtracked, said he misunderstood. Was he talking about as far as like letting states' rights trump federal, regardless of the topic at hand, which I get that. That's the whole point. Or was he talking about legitimately, specifically interracial marriage? Because that's a big difference there. So we kind of have to understand the points this guy was making. So if Joy Behar is just going out on a limb here saying, well, he just said it one time, where he doubled down. I think this is Joy Behar. It's what she does. She doesn't even understand what the fuck's going on half the time. She continued, the other point,
so even if they rolled that law back or whatever, I mean,
they won't.
But people could still get married. It
Yeah.
wouldn't matter what color you are.
Exactly. It's the same. You can still have an abortion in the states where it's legalized.
Right.
But I don't think interracial marriage is illegal in any state, is it?
No.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, what the fuck are we talking about?
I
Now, again, if this Mike Braun's talking about that issues are stripped from the federal government and given to the states, I understand his point there. But Joy Behar is, I think, taking this at face value, saying, no, he's saying that he wants interracial marriage overturned. It's like, that's not the point that he's trying to make. If he even said that.
Yeah, that shouldn't even be a law.
Yeah.
Like saying.
You can't.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
Like the fact that's on the book seems a little bit racist to me, right?
What?
Saying that interracial marriage is legal. Like
no, because at one point it wasn't. So the law does have to be on the book. I mean, we can't do away with it and expect it to be honored. I hate to say that. I know.
It just seems a little.
I know. And there should be no law that says you can't murder people because that's common sense. But unfortunately, it's kind of like those safety warning signs, like don't take a bath with a toaster. Somebody's done it, so you got to put the warning on there.
Seems a little
stupid.
It seems stupid.
I know. But at the same token, I get it. She continued, the other point I wanted to make is because I want to say this. Women in the world have conducted sex strikes in history. In 2003, a sex strike helped to end Liberia's brutal civil war. The woman who started it was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. In Kenya, they forced a sex ban until fighting ceased. In 1 week, there was a stable government. We have more power than we think we have, and some of it could be right in the bedroom, just saying. Okay. I conducted a brief survey on Twitter the other day. I said, is there a single man on this platform that would actually fuck Joy Behar? And of course, I should have known this. There were a few that said they would, and they're all veterans. Like, you guys really don't help my point sometimes. I should have said minus veterans outside of the veteran community, because we'll fuck anything. I shouldn't say we. A good portion of veterans will fuck anything. Who would want to fuck these women? Like, Joy Behar, like, really? Who would want to stick their dick in that? It's like, what do you think you're going to do? Women, liberal women, here's the deal, like, you talk about the sex strike, okay. You liberal women think, like, it's see what happens. If you would have done this from the get-go, you would not be facing the issues of abortion now. It's kind of like stands to reason. And look, I'm not one of these people that's going to sit there and say, well, to end abortion, we need to, like, commit to celibacy. No, I get it. Just wear protection. Use protection. This isn't a hard issue. We're complicating this thing. All the people are really trying to do is shirk personal responsibility and accountability because they just want to have unprotected sex. That's all it is. Don't get me wrong. I hate wearing a condom too. I'm close to going and getting snipped. I am. Because I don't like condoms. But even still, I know being snipped, it's like you're still somewhat rolling the dice.
You'll wake up and you'll have a little jar of your balls next to you.
Son of a bitch.
Here you go.
Here you go, buddy. That's the only way. Chop the motherfuckers up.
Ugh. I'm still baffled by this Mike Braun thing.
I need to look this up. I don't think he said this.
On Newsweek.
Or maybe it's just like he said. He misunderstood.
I didn't even know this was an actual thing. But apparently it looked like he said that it should be tossed back to the states. I mean, I think he could have probably
worded it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. But again, if the point is stripping it from federal to states' rights, I understand that point.
Because he was talking about Roe v. Wade and tossing it back to the states to have the states decide.
So
what
Joy
they want to
Behar,
do.
she's essentially trying to twist his words. But she's focusing on the face value of what he said. He's like, you're missing the overall point.
Yeah, because it sounds like somebody had brought it up during
Yeah.
a discussion when during the SCOTUS. What's her name? Kajani Brown Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah. So that sounded like it came up there, like that topic. He didn't really know how to tackle it. I wouldn't know either. I mean, I'd be like, what? That's a thing? Huh?
This is like, this is what you're really
Yeah.
worried about. And this is what liberals do. They're going to take any small thing and they're going to turn it into a big deal. It's like, that's actually
Obviously,
not even,
any race should be able to.
Yeah.
Like,
be miserable like the rest of us. Who
Right.
gives a fuck?
who cares?
Yeah. Well,
Same
it's
with
funny.
gay marriage. Like, who cares? I don't
Well,
care.
you know what we should do? We should pitch this over to the Board of Truth, the Ministry of Truth, for them to decipher what's true and what's not.
Yeah,
That's
but
what we should do.
She could craft it into a song and sing it
she
to
could.
us.
Mary Poppins on crack over
yeah.
there. Well, Alejandro Mayorkas was not aware of the disinformation chief's TikTok videos before appointment. Bullshit. Bullshit, you weren't. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Alejandro Mayorkas, admitted on Tuesday he was unaware President Biden's disinformation chief had uploaded precocious TikTok videos before her appointment to the disinformation board. And again, Jen Psaki has also come out and said that this disinformation board will be apolitical. Do you hear that? That's the sound of millions of people being born last night, falling for the shit. Are you serious? Are you serious, you peppermint patty bitch? The fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No, guys, this time we swear. We swear this time it's apolitical. Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. Fair and balanced, right? Like the FBI. Okay, come on.
Right down the middle.
Right down the middle. Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got to be a real idiot to fall for this.
That's all they do is lie.
Yeah.
Constantly.
And they're losing. So, again, for those that don't know, I forget what her name is. It's like, oh, God. Nina Jankowicz. Again, this woman has crazy. You just take one look at her and you can see mentally unbalanced. You can tell. This woman is just not all there.
No.
She scares me.
Mm-hmm.
This is a woman that I could easily see donning a Gestapo uniform and be like, this is not true to the camp over there. I could see it.
Oh, yeah.
But she had uploaded, and I played him for you on a show like 2 or 3 episodes ago, where she's like literally doing this Mary Poppins XB Cali French something out of fucking retarded. I don't know. And she's talking about misinformation. And she's been wrong multiple times. On her Twitter feed, she's deleted a lot of tweets, but she was going after fucking Rudy Giuliani. She was trying to talk about Hunter Biden laptop, saying, more disinformation. She's a fucking liar. She is a liar. And this is the person that falls for this propaganda that you want heading up the Ministry of Truth. Are you kidding me? Like, are you serious? When the department picked her, was the department aware of her TikTok videos? Senator John Kennedy asked Mayorkas in a Senate Appropriations Committee hearing. They're really quite precocious, Kennedy added about Nina Jankowicz's videos. A little jab out of there. Well done, sir.
That dude's pretty funny.
Well done. And Mayorkas says, I was not aware of those videos. Bullshit, you weren't. Bullshit. You know the amount of background checks and investigations they go through on appointing a federal employee like that? They go through and they scrub everything to make sure this person doesn't have a history of racism or anything. You know why? Because once they appoint that person, this is what happens when you don't actually do enough vetting. These videos come to surface. They're like, what the fuck? That show the character of the person you selected. And this lady, Nina, dude, it's clear she's unhinged. It's clear she's not apolitical. It's
these
clear that
people
she's
are.
a hardcore leftist.
All of them are hardcore leftists.
Oh, absolutely.
Like everybody in that
Absolutely.
cabinet is a hardcore,
Yep.
communists.
Yep.
I'm surprised they're just not wearing I don't know,
Right.
Chinese garb.
Che Guevara shirt. In
Yeah.
recently discovered video, Jankowicz used TikTok to imitate her male trolls. Said, women should not be involved in government. They cannot be trusted, she said in imitation. Jankowicz said in another clip, the real reason is she is angry as no Chads would hit it and stick with it. I think she's actually right on that part. No dude's going to stick his dick in that amount of crazy. None.
Well.
Absolutely not.
Well, if Joy Behar has a chance, then
Yes, true. This woman's just insane, dude. You look at her and it's like, you've got problems, lady. Jankowicz also dubbed herself the Mary Poppins of disinformation on TikTok to alert individuals about atrocious content. The video shows her singing a song with the tune from Mary Poppins. You can call me the Mary Poppins. You're a bad chick. I wish I could. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to say it, but. Mayorkas was not only unaware of Jankowicz's TikTok use, he also had no idea that she suggested Hunter Biden's laptop from hell was Russian disinformation. I'm not familiar with those statements, Mayorkas responded to Representative Jim Jordan on Thursday about whether or not he knew of Jankowicz's political position on Hunter Biden's authenticated laptop. So essentially what you're telling me is you do not look at her Twitter account. You didn't investigate this woman whatsoever. You just randomly picked somebody that has a fresh face. I'm surprised you went with a white woman. I would have figured you picked a minority woman. I'm surprised you gave it to a white woman. For all you liberals that are out there talking about how bad white people are, the patriarchy of white heterosexual
It does
men.
seem a little racist.
It does seem pretty
he
racist.
didn't pick a person of color
It's just
for that position.
all these women out there talking about how white males, yada yada, abortion, this, blah 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 blah. It's but you elected Joe Biden, who back to 2006 in the clip we played yesterday was actually in favor of overturning Roe v. Wade. You didn't have a problem voting for those rich white dudes, but it's the conservative ones we have a problem with. If they're on our side, they're okay. No, you're the good whites. You're the good white people. You're okay. You're in favor of our movements. Was well, he wasn't 5-10 years ago. It's okay. He's a liberal. We can forgive that. Right. That's the same as trying to dissect what's gay and what's not in the trans community. It's what? Hold on. No, it's got to be your dick with her. I don't know. How does this work? It's crazy. He says, I'm not familiar with those statements, Mayorkas responded. Biden appointed Nina Jankowicz, the head of the Disinformation Governance Board, last week after Elon Musk inked a deal to purchase Twitter. The board is under the umbrella of DHS, Department of Homeland Security. Does this not reek of an Orwellian tale? It certainly does.
All of it does.
All of this does. This is the funny part. Leftists will sit there and just blatantly accuse the right of Nazism, fascism, authoritarianism, and what they have just done matches all three criteria. Fascism, censorship at the behest of the government. That's what this is.
That's it.
That's what this is. And Democrats are no, they're just looking out for our best interest. What gives them the right to differentiate what's truth and what's not? What gives them the right to control think and thought and speech? No. But we have good news for this. We have good news. Where's it at?
It's amazing that Malcolm X called this out
Uh-huh.
so long ago, that the white liberal is the biggest enemy of black
God.
people.
It is. He is. Well, even Democrats are speaking out against this. There's a lot of Democrats that are actually vocalizing their opinion, saying this board is no. They don't want it. They don't like it. It's another 3-letter agency, the likes of it, rather. Another federal program to do what? To spy on the people. And everybody's like, you got nothing to worry about. What are you hiding under your floorboards? Is that some Breitbart news under there? No, we will censor this. Take it off of the Google. These are scary times we're living in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
They're not even hiding it anymore. They're not even hiding it anymore. They don't care because nothing's happening to these people. I'm telling you, when threats of violence become prevalent and these people are afraid of their lives by trying to come in there and just cast that type of net over the people for quote-unquote security, they should be afraid of their lives. I'm all in favor of a French Revolution. Bring back la guillotine. Let's do it. I'm all in favor of this. If they continue going down this road to where the government feels that they have the right and the power, if the people rose up to that extent, they're done. They are fucking done. But another good thing, come midterms, this serves as another springboard for Republicans to get out there and vote. Republicans have drawn comparisons between the board and the Ministry of Truth, a fictitious government agency in George Orwell's book, 1984. Go figure. And the beautiful part about it is that Rand Paul comes through. I love me some Rand Paul. He says, I don't trust government to figure out what the truth is. He's talking to Mayorkas here. And, for Rand Paul also during the COVID stuff, he was also out there trying to discover truth, interviewing different people. I mean, he was number one Fauci criticizer. He was the one that I think was grilling Fauci when Fauci said, I am the science.
He's a doctor.
I am the science.
Rand Paul is an actual doctor.
He's an actual
as well,
doctor, yeah.
So,
He treated more patients than Fauci did.
yeah.
Senator Rand Paul challenged Homeland Security Alexander Moreira over his department's newly announced Disinformation Governance Board, asserting that the American people do not need the federal government to tell them what the truth is. And he's 100% right, because the federal government lied about COVID. The federal government lied about deaths. The federal government has lied repeatedly. Joe Biden has lied repeatedly. Jen Psaki has lied repeatedly. Numerous people in the Biden administration. And it's not even just the Biden administration. There were times under the Trump administration we were lied to. We never got marijuana legalized.
Yeah.
I can't think of all the lies outside my, but come on, to sit there and think that, one side they all lie. They all lie. Some more so than others. Right now, I think Biden is like, man, he's taking the lead on this one, hands down. It's like a horse race with Biden. And Biden straight out of the gate coming out with a 1, 2, 3, that's about 10 lies right there. Just like, Jesus. Like, this guy can't even keep track of his own lies anymore.
No, he's.
Hey, man, what about that student debt? I never said that. Mr. President, you tweeted this out, but, oh, well, yeah, we'll give it to him. We're not giving it to him. Like, what? People, and these students are still stupid enough.
I know.
Hey, what about canceling student debt? Like,
his
you
thoughts
can't.
are just like tumbleweeds rolling through his empty brain.
It's bad. Well, he challenged Mayorkas. Paul D said, I've said a million times that cloth masks don't work. YouTube takes me down. They're a private company. I can have that beef with him. What about you? You're going to look at that. I often say that natural immunity from having had the infection is equal to the vaccine or better. You're going to take that down too, huh? In recent months, experts have said cloth masks were not very effective in combating COVID-19. Yet mask mandates continued in many schools and until recently on public transportation, the cloth masks being acceptable coverings. Other policies that have required vaccination or testing have failed to account for immunity from previous infection. And he says, are you going to put out information out there saying that I'm spreading disinformation? Paul asked. Mayorkas stated that his agency staff are not the public's health experts to make those determinations.
Huh.
Well, then why do you have that board of misinformation to begin with? The fuck are you talking about?
That.
Or were you just talking about anything said that goes contrary to the leftist narrative that they're pushing?
The whole mask thing was just
Bullshit.
Ridiculous on its face. I mean, I said from the very, very beginning and lost friends, all that shit, because I'm like, if you're wearing one, then why do I have to wear one? How's it going to stop anything? If a virus is so small that it can pass through that stuff, then how's it going to work? If it has like an aerosol effect where if you sneeze in that mask and it comes out.
And there were multiple things that were published about talking about how they were blowing the smoke and that it actually doesn't do what they were.
Right.
And now there's actually studies coming about that people were actually inhaling small particles of plastic because of those masks.
Right.
Some of them, yeah.
But
that's never going to make it on the news.
No, of course not.
That's not
the whole thing was just ridiculous. And I mean, honestly, it's surprising that so many people went along with that whole narrative. Like,
when people are threatened, it's fear. It's control through fear. Saddam did it.
Like from the very beginning.
Yeah. But we didn't do it here.
No,
we're all fine. We're all alive. No scar damage on our lungs. Like, we're good.
Yeah.
Weird.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But we were the ones that were responsible for all the deaths from COVID.
Yeah.
So public health won't be a part of the Disinformation Governance Board? No COVID disinformation? Yes or no, Paul pressed. Mayorkas could not answer, claiming that Paul was giving him vague hypothetical situations. Bullshit. That's a very specific. Are you or are you not going to put out information on public health? That is a direct, specific example. You can't say that's a hypothetical or he's being vague. You're just being vague in your answer. You're deflecting is all you're doing. Paul claimed that his examples were very specific. Mayorkas then gave a situation of his own which he believes it would be appropriate for the government to get involved. He said, do not, under any circumstances, accept the vaccine at a FEMA overseeing vaccination center because they are actually peddling fentanyl. Well, Mayorkas, they probably wouldn't if you'd secure the southern fucking border, you dumb fuck. The causation of these problems is you. Hey, guys, you don't go to these camps. You get fentanyl. Where's it coming from? Well, I don't want to talk about it.
The open border.
You're being too vague. You give me specifics. The border with Mexico. It's too vague. The one in the south, it's still too vague. The one that the fentanyl's pouring over through where Mexicans are bringing it in, you're still too vague.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell. That's weird. I don't understand the question. Can you rephrase it? Sure. Why are you fucking retarded?
Let me bounce that off my Ministry of Truth. Let me get back there. We'll circle back around.
Oh, my God. Biden disinformation czar Nina Jackowitz, critical race theory, a sign of Republicans weaponizing emotions. Any Democrat that wants to claim that, any Democrat that wants to talk about emotions, just look at the meltdowns over Roe v. Wade possibly coming down. You want to talk about like speaking from emotions? It's these idiots. This just broke, apparently. Nina Jackowitz, totally unfit to head Disinformation Governance Board. The Biden administration's disinformation czar dismissed parental concerns about critical race theory in an October speech, saying it was merely the GOP weaponizing people's emotion. Nina made the comments during an October speech before the City Club of Cleveland in Ohio. Her speech was titled Disinformation and Democracy, Civil Discourse in the Digital Age. Okay. Civil discourse to them is when we get banned. That's their civil discourse. Like, oh, they said something that was rooted in disinformation. Ban them. There. That's our civil debate. No, it's not. Homeland Security, Mayorkas tab, Jansky, blah, 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 blah. Critical race theory has become one of those hot button issues that the Republicans and other disinformers who are engaged in disinformation for profit, frankly, have seized on. She said, but it's no different than any other hot button issues they have allowed disinformation to flourish. It's weaponizing people's emotions, she added. Kind of like how y'all wanted to ban the libs of TikTok, that's showing this inside schools. These multiple accounts, these people going to these boards where the board members, these school boards where the board members are walking out in fear. Are you telling me this is what liberals do? We're not coming to take your guns. Yes, you are. Beto O'Rourke said it. You've got multiple people out there calling for that. You've got the CRT isn't real. Yes, it is. If it isn't real, you had the creator of it talking about it. The black lady who created CRT was talking about it and the relevancy. It's being taught in schools. They're trying. Abso-fucking-lutely. The school textbooks sent to that school in Florida, the math books that had fucking progressive bullshit in there. Do not tell me that they're not trying to push this in school. When you have genderqueer fucking purple-headed lesbian teachers in classrooms teaching the same thing and then making TikTok videos about it, that's not anecdotal. There's your evidence. It's real. The fuck are you talking about? It's like, there's no murder in Chicago. It's like, hey, my name is John Burke. I'm standing right here in front of a body with bullet holes in it. Smoke still coming out of the gun hole shot. What were you saying? I go, well, that's just weaponizing emotion. No, he's pretty dead. He doesn't have emotion. It's like, no, that's not real. Well, he's pretty real. His name is Joe Duff. His ID card's right here. Well, you're just making this up. No, I'm pretty sure those bullets are real and that blood is real. I didn't shoot him, though. This is how they are. They live in this bubble of ignorance. That's why I have no problem if they get banned. Like, imagine if we ran the Ministry of Disinformation and Truth. I would ban Nina on Twitter. It's like, you're lying.
Yeah.
Your Twitter proves it. Ban that ass.
Shaboom.
That makes you no better than the left. I know, and I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's a private. If I own the company, I'm doing what the fuck I want.
Yeah. I don't care.
I don't care. I think she's blatantly lying. But the difference between me and her saying that somebody's blatantly lying, I can actually show the proof. They won't. Again, Mayorkas, when grilled on her, yeah, I'm not aware. Both, like literally, Mayorkas, pull open your phone, go to Twitter, look at her fucking Twitter, look at her TikTok. You can see it for yourself, you stupid fuck. No wonder the border's wide open.
Do you see the libs of TikTok? They posted this thing from this school in Missouri High School.
Mm-mm.
Says the question is this is on a test. Teresa has heard news about the fatal shootings of unarmed African American men by police officers, but does not think it's necessarily due to racism. Teresa is most likely a Democrat, black woman, Republican, or Democrat-leaning woman. Those are the answers.
Oh my God.
In a school.
No wonder people don't trust these idiots. No wonder.
What would you do if your kid came home and was like, hey.
Oh, holy hell would be raised. I'd want that teacher fucking fired.
It's like just some of the most ridiculous things.
You want to talk about ridiculous? Listen to this. A Discovery show claims Abraham Lincoln was queer, Joan of Arc non-binary. A new Discovery show geared toward young audiences portrays former President Lincoln as a pioneer queer hero, said iconic Italian sculptor Michelangelo would stroke more Adam than Eve, among other things. Indeed, the Book of Queer refers to Catholic Saint Joan of Arc as non-binary. I'm pretty sure Abraham Lincoln's wife would probably like to know that he was gay. Maybe him and John Wilkes Booth. Maybe it's true. Maybe him and John Wilkes Booth were actually lovers and he got mad. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who
knows?
If I can't have you, nobody can.
Nobody will.
I mean, they were at the theater. Makes sense. No, I'm playing. Discovery released its first look featurette for The Book of Queer, a docuseries and LGBTQIA2S plus. Dude, you fucking retards.
Expialidocious.
LGBTQIA2, fuck you. Fuck this alphabet mafia. This is stupid. Fuck your community. This is insane. Has nothing to do with your sexuality. It's all about your fucking identity. Go form some clubhouse of fucking retards and mentally unhinged people somewhere else. We don't want you. What idiots. 5-episode variety show that claim to tell the story of multiple historic and groundbreaking queer individuals throughout history, according to a report by Variety. Okay, here's the deal. Cool, but use accurate fucking examples. For fuck's sakes. Here's one, right off the top of my head. Alexander the Great. He was gay as AIDS. Leonidas, bisexual, as were most Greeks. Use accurate historical examples. I'm fine with that. The truth is the truth. We can't hide from that. But to sit there and say Abraham Lincoln was queer, Joan of Arc was non-binary, I'm pretty sure it was probably, I don't know, maybe a lesbian. I don't know. But where are you getting this non-binary from? It didn't even exist back then. What the fuck are you talking about? Yea, I say unto thee, my gender is multiply changing. Today I am a fruit bat.
You're a newt.
I'm a newt. She turned me into a newt. I got better. A duck floats.
Yeah.
Therefore, she's a witch. May we burn her? That's where we're at. You know, I was watching The Life of Brian the other day.
Oh my God.
And there's
dude.
that scene
That's
where
he's
they're
like,
sitting there.
I'm a woman.
I'm a woman. So what you're saying is, I want the right to be able to reproduce, but you're a man. I know, but I'm fighting for the right. Like, it doesn't make bloody sense. It's like, I just stop oppressing me. It's like, holy fuck. This is back in the 70s.
It was like spot on.
No, it was dead on. It's
That
like,
was
this
so
is where we're
funny.
at.
Yeah.
This is what happens when retards run the asylum.
That's
This is where we're at.
Uh-huh.
If you want to learn about the world's queer, exciting truth, we'll help you dig it up like an academic sleuth. An actor can be heard singing in the trailer for the Book of Queer. Hidden in these pages are stories fit for stages that inform us and engage us. Shine a light on the dark ages. The trailer goes on to make wild claims about President Lincoln being queer, Italian sculptor stroking more Adam than Eve, and calls for Joan of Arc non-binary. Just, you look at these people, like, why is it they all have this look about them of just insanity? You look at them as like, no, you look the part. You look insane. You look like a liberal. You do. Like, I can see just the craziness in your fucking eyes. Like, I see it.
You know, even if all these historical figures were homosexual,
Mhm.
they never talked about it.
Well, to
That
be
was
fair,
that was like the least important thing.
they
that
didn't talk
needed
about
to
because
talk about.
they would have gotten killed. They would have been executed.
Apparently, people knew about it.
Yeah,
Right?
True, yeah, true. But it was also like kind of kept hush hush. And you're right, it wasn't talked about, but it was also illegal.
Was it?
Oh fuck yeah, it was.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
I mean,
If-
it seems
well-
like a lot of people knew about it.
Well, there was a
It
lot of people in Rome. A lot of Romans, again. Oh Jesus, how was it? I forget which cultures per se, but homosexuality was illegal. It's even in the Bible, Old Testament.
Sure.
That if you were caught sodomizing, you'd be executed. It was, my God, it was in the Renaissance period. The Church of England condemned it. The Holy Roman Empire, all of them, they condemned it. Like, no, sodomites should be executed. So throughout history, yeah, homosexuality had to be closeted. But if you were in a position of power, people kind of looked the other way and they didn't care. Or they didn't say anything. Was it Nero? Not Nero. Yeah, it was Nero. Nero also fucked his sister. No, it wasn't Nero. It was, what was his name? Claudia? No. And there was like another one that was gay. He had a few different lovers. Again, there was Alexander the Great. There was many people. But again, they weren't very public with it. But it was just kind of like, go fetch my butt buddy. We're going to do some hanky-panky.
Maybe.
Here's the thing. If they're gay, I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
I don't care. Do
again-
your thing, dude. Love who you want. I don't care. Fuck who you want. I don't care.
But-
Just stay away from the kids. But they have a problem with that for some reason.
And stop trying to make me call people he, she's, them,
Yeah,
they.
fuck your pronouns.
I'm
Absolutely.
not putting pronouns on anything.
Fuck no, I'm not. So yeah, that's out there. Look at that. Just trying to target your kids as, you know, and they're dressing up. They have little musicals.
Nothing to see.
Nothing to see here. Let's indoctrinate more kids into saying like, hey, it's cool. Hey, it's cool to be gay. But mommy, I don't like other boys. Shut up. They're going to like other boys.
Put this dress on.
Put this Wear these high heels.
Put these high heels on.
I'm cutting your penis off. But mommy. Shut up.
Go get the lipstick.
Labor costs jump 11.6% as productivity falls 7.5%, biggest decline since 1947. Worker productivity fell 7.5% in the first 3 months of the year, the sharpest decline since 1947, the Bureau of Labor Statistics said Thursday. Economists had expected this measure of non-farm productivity to fall a milder 2.5% after a 6.3% rise in the fourth quarter of 2021. Non-farm productivity is measured by comparing the total number of hours worked to the economy's total output. Unit labor costs, a measure of what businesses pay to produce a unit of output, jumped 11.6% over the last 4 quarters. Until unit labor costs are up 7.2%. That's the largest year-over-year gain since 1982. This barometer was also worse than expected. Economists had forecasted 6.8% rise in unit labor costs. The higher than expected figure shows that inflation was even stronger than thought as the year took off, which kind of does prove a little bit of what you're saying. Like the inflation rate is definitely higher than what they're alluding to.
Oh yeah,
They're saying it's like what, 8.6? 8, was it like 9 now? And you've been saying like it's higher.
yeah. I would say like closer to 15%. Like when you combine everything together.
Yeah.
So let's say someone got like an 8% raise, and then all of a sudden everything goes up like 15%. So
That raise means nothing.
it means
Yeah.
absolutely nothing.
But they want us, the private business owners, to foot that. We should pay them more due to inflation.
it's just incredible that we've
It's
let these
insane.
people have this much power for this long.
Because people don't care. People are in their echo chambers. They're in their bubbles. They don't give a fuck. They're
That's why
watching
they
their
have a
Kim
ministry of truth.
Kardashians.
We got to get a ministry of truth. We got
Yeah.
to get a handle on what everybody thinks and all the knowledge that everybody has. We can't let them know what's going on behind the curtain.
Good news for women. Georgia High School Association begins transgender sports ban. Good.
Yeah.
That's empowering women. Stop reestablishing the patriarchy. Stop it. That's all you're doing. Under the name of progressivism and third wave feminism, all you're allowing men to do is come in there and dominate women's sports, therefore reestablishing the fact that men are better than women.
You know,
It's not fair. It's not right.
going back to Alyssa Milano talking
Mm-hmm.
about these celebrities, and I kind of agree with her because there was that one woman from the Real Housewives series.
Oh, yeah, who actually came out.
Who
Yeah.
came out and said most of these celebrities and people are Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Well, then they should come out and open their mouths and
Do
say
it.
something.
Yeah.
Then.
All it takes is
If
one
you
or
have
two.
that much of influence,
Yeah.
say something.
Do it. 100%. It is the silent majority. I do believe that. It
It
is
really
a
is,
silent
yeah.
majority. It's just that you need to stop being so fucking silent.
Yep.
If you celebrities would come out and stop being so fucking afraid,
Yeah.
you'd see that people would rally behind you left and right. And look, you're probably going to get canceled, but you're already making millions. So why don't you stand up for what's fucking right?
Yep. If there's that many of you, then you should have the
You should have
majority.
exactly. What are you afraid of? Because you know what Democrats would do if like Republicans or people that were, let's not even say just general Trump supporters. Let's just say that they're against trans men or trans women in sports or shit like that.
Are giving children hormones.
Exactly. Stuff like that. When you have that many people coming out, the left is going to get scared because their numbers are not as popular as they thought they were. That's why, again, Alyssa Milano's tweeting this shit out. I was like, all these celebrities, and it's also a very selfish tweet of hers. Like, all these celebrities talking about their lipstick. Blah, blah. Well, listen, not everybody has the same priorities that you do, which is ruining this fucking country. Some of them just want to make money.
She's the same idiot who's wearing the mask made of quilted.
Yeah, quilted. She's
like
a fucking moron.
You know, people should
You
take
know-
a page out of Gina Carano's book and
She's
You
doing
know?
good. She's doing good.
stand up for what you believe in.
Mhm.
Don't be a pussy.
I remember when I talked to Christy Swanson. Christy Swanson had some things to say about Alyssa Milano. She said she's a shitty mother. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, go figure.
You could probably guess that one.
hmm She said she's everything that everybody thinks she is. She's a fucking fruit, just nut kid, crazy, just fucking crazy.
You know, I wonder what happened to her as a kid.
Well, I
growing up in
think
Hollywood.
there was probably a lot of molestation. I would imagine to
That's-
lead to that woman to be how she is. I think there was definitely a lot of maybe sexual trauma in her past.
Probably.
I don't know, but I do know that when that is what you are, that's usually stemmed from some type of traumatic event or multiple traumatic events
Yeah.
throughout your period of life, to where you're so adamant about women having a choice for abortion. It's like, okay, so then just the things she says, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
It
make
really
sense.
doesn't.
Yeah,
It's
I think she's traumatized.
mm-hmm.
Boys will be boys and girls will be girls. The Georgia High School Association, GHSA, moved unanimously Wednesday to reflect the basic truism and changed its bylaws to prevent transgender athletes from competing in sports under the gender they choose to identify with. Athletes will henceforth be required to compete under the sex listed on their birth certificate without exception. The GHSA has previously allowed individual members to make a determination, but all will now comply with a new law implemented the restriction. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports Republican Governor Brian Kemp signed a bill into law last week, giving the GHSA authority to enact such a ban, a departure from similar bans in other states that came directly from their legislatures. Kemp applauded the GHSA move on social media. Following my signature of HB 1084, the Georgia High School Association today voted to protect fairness in school sports by unanimously approving youth to compete according to the sex determined on his or her birth certificate. I'm proud to have championed this effort in Georgia, he tweeted. Good for him. Good for him. And hey, guess who's back in the news? The WHO, the who are you? Who, what do we know? It says global coronavirus deaths toll soars. Let me read this again. WHO says global coronavirus death toll soars to 15 million. Okay. Anyway, nobody cares because they've lied so much. I don't believe them. And then last but most certainly not least, progressive Young Turks. You know the Young Turks. Sink out there, fucking all these little whack jobs. These guys who don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Turds.
Young turds. Progressive Young Turks host says she's done with Democrats, including the Squad. Disgusting, feckless. Anna Kasparian blasts Biden, Pelosi, Schumer over their inaction on protecting abortion rights. One of the stars of the progressive digital outlet, the Young Turks, expressed outrage towards the Democrats over their inaction on protecting abortion rights as the Supreme Court has signaled it would overturn Roe v. Wade. Young Turks co-host Anna Kasparian first took aim at Republicans on Tuesday for opposing various policies like paid family leave and affordable child care, while at the same time, paid family, what? You chose to have the child. Why is it my fiscal responsibility as a business owner?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. That's your problem, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to run a business, and if you can't support that, I don't want you here.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you have a child, I'll give you the time you need to get everything set up. Absolutely, I don't mind that. But forcing it, fuck no. That makes no sense. But that's because these people that are not business owners themselves want to tell everybody else how to run their fucking lives. This no.
You know, for all these people who are so pro-abortion and all this stuff, now, what about all the people who survived abortion?
Yeah. Oh, there was the one.
I mean, you have
lady out of
celebrities
Illinois who was. She talked about she was the product. Her mother was 11, was raped,
right?
And she was glad she didn't get aborted.
Right.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think it's a horrible situation, regardless how you cut that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, her mother,
11 years old.
11 years old.
Yeah.
That's
sad.
That's a massive thing to overcome, but she did it.
Yeah.
And if there's people like this, don't you think? How many people did you say were aborted? How many babies have been?
The thing was 63 million
63
since 1973.
Do you think there's a small percentage of the 63 million people that would probably still they would be thankful that they had
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
so,
I'd say a vast majority. Like, I haven't met one person alive except for maybe somebody on the left that's like, you know what? I wish I was aborted.
Yeah, I mean, you see
haven't
those
met
stupid people on the left that say, "I wish my mother had aborted me." Like, okay, that's a little
the dumbest
dark,
thing I've ever. Yeah, like what?
But if there's people out there that would thrive, wouldn't it be worth it to?
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely. But that's how people are. Like,
make it extremely rare.
It's kind of like to prove their point, they're willing to go to such an extremist level. And it's kind of like, here, drink this Kool-Aid. Don't worry about what's in it. It's like, we're just going to show the man.
Stupid narratives of, these gun laws can save just one life. Isn't that worth it? Well, isn't
like,
this the same
guns are already saving
situation?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many? I mean, work with us here.
Oh, work with. Come on, man.
This
Being
might do
bipartisan with
something
these morons, like, no. It's like, hey, I know you're a pathological liar, but can you tell the truth just one time? It's like, okay. It's like, shit. She says, Anna Kasparian first took aim at Republicans on Tuesday for opposing various policies like paid family affordable care, while at the same time in favor of rolling back or completely outlawing abortion, yelling at journalists to ask them the question. Isn't it amazing that not one Democrat has shown 1% of the passion Anna has today? Co-host Sink Uger says. Well, Sink's also a simp. Sink's probably hoping he can get his dick wet. I don't know. The guy's a fucking douche. The guy's like one of these fat fucking airheads. Like, I don't know why. They simp for these fucking Zoomer millennial like leftists, and they love them. These people have been slaughtered in debate after debate, and they still have the audacity. Like, I still jerk off to the meltdowns of Sink and the rest of those morons on the inauguration or the voting day.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sitting there, and you can just tell. He's just they're going deeper and deeper into their depression. It's like, yeah, stay there, don't come out. Yeah, that's
keep
right.
watching.
Keep watching.
Keep watching it.
They don't care. They're fine. Kasparian claimed. Now she's starting to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not where she needs to be. Like, she's getting there, but she says, They don't care. They're fine, Kasparian claimed. They're all so old, they don't have to worry about it affecting them, and they're young enough where, and if they're young enough where it would affect them, they'll get their abortion, okay? They're trading their individual stocks, enriching themselves. They're good. They're good. They don't care about you. Make sure you understand that you feel it in your bones. They don't care about you at all. All of that fundraising, all of that canvassing, all of that hard work on the ground, they can't even get a voting rights bill passed. There are losers, Kasparian shouted. Well, that's kind of how the way Congress works, sweetheart. What are you talking about? Like, I'd understand if you didn't have like Sinema and Manchin like roadblocking you at every moment. You would be able to, but that's the way it works. That's why Congress is there. I'm not sure what your point is here. It's like they can't even get this done. It's kind of like how people like scream at our conservatives right now. It's like, well, what are y'all going to do about this? Like, well, they can't do anything. They're outnumbered. What do you want them to do? That's why you have to vote. That's why you have to get out there. What do you expect them to do? You can't just like run rampant over the fucking Constitution. It doesn't work that way. She doesn't seem to understand that herself, this Kasparian girl. Like, it's like, what? What do you... Okay. You want to talk about like the Build Back Better? It got torpedoed by Manchin and Sinema. It's like, okay, so why are you blaming all Democrats? It's those two, which is significant. It's very significant that your party is imploding. The fact that her is like, I'm done with Democrats. Well, I don't know where you're going. Because the right sure as fuck doesn't want you until you change that stance that you've got, or a bunch of those stances you have. What the fuck are you talking about? We can't get this done. Yeah, because your party is eating itself alive. And guess what? You've attributed to that. You've helped in that with your insanity, with your stupidity, your outlandish fucking demands that are rooted in like straight communism. You're the causation of all this. You got no one to blame but yourself, sweetie. I don't know what you want me to tell you. It's a shame because she's hot too. It's a shame.
Is she?
Oh, she's cute. I'll give her that. It's the Young Turks, though. Like, Hassan Piker and the rest of these morons, just some of the dumbest fucking people I've ever heard. They give these hot takes that they got no experience in whatsoever. None. Like, hey, guys, I stream on Twitch. I have, 30, 40,000 people watching me at one time, and I'm going to tell how we should run businesses. Well, Hassan, do you actually run a business with employees? Well, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You think you do, but you don't. None of these people do. You run a media show. You're a mouthpiece, and you've got virtually no business experience. None. These people are idiots.
Total idiot.
Because if they did, they'd be screaming at Democrats right now for how bad we're being fucking taxed. They'd be screaming about this. But their focal point is on the culture war. That's what they care most about. And I think you can have multiple different things, multiple different fronts you want to fight on. But as far as it goes for me, economic war is where we should be focusing on. Put money back into the pockets of the American people. Let's get America booming again. Let's put America back to work again. Let's reduce unemployment. Let's drill. Let's fucking start tapping into our resources again. Let's start manufacturing. Let's pull these jobs back from overseas by offering competitive fucking rates.
Sound like Donald Trump over there.
No shit, right? Open trade. Open trade across the fucking world benefits everybody.
Secure border.
Secure the fucking border.
Strong military.
The things that we had before.
That's right. Stripper poles in the White House.
Fuck yeah. Stripper poles, I'm down with that, yeah. Leader of the free world, if you say
Joey Donuts gets it.
Joey Donuts gets it. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for us here at the Shell Shock CBD HQ. Again, don't forget we're running a deal right now. If you go to shellshockcbd.com, use code YUMTHC, and you spend $100 or more, you're going to get 2 free bags of Weedos and Doritos. These are Delta 8. There's 5 milligrams of Delta 8 per chip. What is Delta 8? Basically, in a nutshell, layman's terms, it'll get you high as fuck. No, it's not going to freaking fuck you up. It's non-addictive. It's non-habit forming. It's not going to do anything with permanent damage. Essentially, it's a chemical product that helps you just kind of relax and chill. It's no different than taking a Tylenol for a fucking headache, but this stuff is amazing. And I took one last night and felt incredible.
Oh, they're great.
Oh, they're amazing. So again, don't take my word for it. Go to shellshockcbd.com. Use code YUMTHC. You can buy our Halo gummies. You can buy the Delta 9 Airborne gummies. You can buy the chocolate, and the chocolate is potent as fuck. We even have Dark Matter. It's $250 a bottle. It's insanely potent. 100 milligrams per dropper of Delta 8. I'm telling you. You're going to go past Mercury. You're going to go past Uranus. You're going to go into the depths of the galaxy on this stuff. I'm not even playing. So again, shellshockcbd.com. Check them out there. $100 or more using code YUMTHC and get 2 free bags. And these 2 free bags are valued at roughly $40. So hey, if you have trouble sleeping, You need to have a good time. And by the way, the sex on this stuff is amazing. Josh knows.
You said you were going to say anything.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
It's good. It's good.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up this episode. Hey, do us a favor. Give us a shout out on social media. Tell your friends. Tell them to tune in, listen to the show. We appreciate it. We would not be here without all of you. And we'll be back for tomorrow, Friday's show. Studio's almost finished being built. Here in about 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be moving into the new HQ with guests in-house for your listening enjoyment. Anything to add?
Yeah, Zach on YouTube, don't smoke crystal meth. Try our Delta 8. You'll like it a lot more.
Did he say instead smoke crystal meth?
Yeah.
He must be a liberal. Hunter Biden fan. As always, don't smoke crack, America.